Every year I send lots of students across Sheffield to investigate inequality. For many of them this is a major psychological challenge because I'm sending them to the places and spaces in the city which they've been warned about. They come to places like this, the Gleedless Estate in Sheffield, and when I ask them why they're concerned about coming to places like this, they talk about fear. Fear of crime, fear of the undeserving poor taking their iPhone, taking their laptop, taking their equipment, taking their status even.
It's funny what different groups of students are frightened of. Depends what they're used to. Some have never been on the bus. It can teach them a lot to pay for them to start off at one end of the line, keep their mouth shut and go all the way to the other end of the line.
Other people are afraid to go into a university, especially one that looks old and posh, which bits of yours does, Danny. Especially to a lot of people that live up here.
Most people in the world are terrified to step into an airplane in case it takes off. The vast majority of people only ever see a plane from looking up to the sky. They never get in one.
You know, most students who come to University of Sheffield never see anything of the Gleedless Estate. And you know, I think they're missing out on something. This place won awards once upon a time. However, another reality is this. Go on, Danny, give us the stats.
I've got the figures here. There are 617 people claiming JSA in this ward this summer. There's a further 895 claiming ESA or incapacity benefits. In total, there's 1,835 people wholly reliant on the state for support.
And then there are their children.
If the richest 1% of people in Britain just took half their annual income, then the money that would be saved could be enough to afford for everybody out of work on an estate like this to have low paid work, but paid a little bit more than the minimum wage. However, the market values the time of individuals like Tony Blair, Simon Cowell or Wayne Rooney as worth more, much more, than the time of everybody who's jobless here. The market says their idleness is a price worth paying, and the bonuses of city bankers are a price worth paying. The market pits this against people's lives.
Recently, Shane Meadows, Nottingham's gritty film director, was up on the Gleedless Estate filming yet another tale of troubled Britain. Well, how worried should you be if you live up here? How apart from the rest of Britain is a place like this? Is it an English version of The Wire, with a Barksdale stalking the streets, bringing fear to everyone around? Well, not quite, but recently one of my students who lives up here did have her laptop stolen, and no, it wasn't an excuse for not handing in one of her essays. A gated compound in Sunningdale, this place certainly isn't.
Talking are not perfect. I was brought up in Oxford, but not the little bit in the middle that the dream inspires, about 3 miles in the east. So I'm not under any illusions about the challenges of people growing up in places like this, but I'm also not under any illusions about the kind of prejudices people face in this kind of area, however people look at them.
Yeah, and I guess those prejudices, they're where people are seen as being apart from everybody else, they're the things that lead to social exclusion.
Yeah. It's when people are seen as being different, as being apart from us, as being feckless, as being not the same kind of creatures really.
Except we are them, Danny.
Maybe sooner than you think. What with the education cups coming next year?
Anyhow, tell us a little bit about when on the estate near where you live, they burnt down the old youth club. When was that?
It was 88.
88 was it now? I guess you weren't there. You were probably inside doing your own work and proper things like that.
For sure.